Thank you very much, Steve, for that. And if you thought Wanderlust was bad, try this.
This Means War, the new film by McGee. It's one of those movies in which you do think, actually this exists only as an accounting book. That's it. There isn't anything else. So the story is
that like 2012 then?
Yeah, exactly. So Tom Hardy and Chris Pine are both secret agents. I should have mentioned
that to John Cusack.
You should have brought that up and seen how that went down. Are both secret agents. They both fall for Reese Witherspoon, and then they use their super... You know how it works out. You've seen the trailer. They use their super spy skills to spy on each other whilst each one is trying to win the hand and heart of Reese Witherspoon, as directed by McGee. Here's a clip.
I had no idea. No, of course you didn't. How could you know that? How could you know that? Did she actually say she wanted to go out on a date with you, though?
You know what? I'm going to make this really easy. I'm going to bow out. You date her.
Wait, no, hang on a second. Did she actually say that she wanted to go out?
It doesn't matter.
But that's weird.
I love you. You're my best friend.
Yeah.
You go date her. Yeah, besides the fact, if I got in the picture, it wouldn't even be fair.
I'm sorry. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, you're not out there as much as I am. And like anything, practice makes
perfect.
No.
You can say perfect.
No. Maybe not perfect, but damn near close.
Oh, perfect. You believe that as well. And you don't have to bow out because of me. You don't? I'm not concerned that she's going to fall in love with you, pal.
Quirky bass guitar.
Yeah, quirky, yep. That was on a button. There was a synthesizer. They pressed quirky finger popping. What they pressed was do Oceans. Do it. Like Steve said. Do that. Quirky. There was probably a meeting room in which a bunch of Hollywood executives said, "Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah, can do that, but with a 12 certificate. Yeah,
that wasn't any good though."
And then. Honestly, believe me, compared to this, Mr. and Mrs. Smith is Casablanca. And interestingly enough, if failing to live up to Mr. and Mrs. Smith isn't bad enough, this does, at a couple of points, tip its head toward Casablanca, which is just a reason to be cheerful.
Blimey Charlie.
Blimey Charlie. The fact that it is so cynical, so nasty, so grotesquely... I mean, it is like the worst kind of awful product. There's nothing. There's no heart, no soul, no joie de vivre, no nothing. It is a film whose soul has been sucked out through it. It is the living dead of cinema. It is like watching a zombie on screen. It is lifeless, awful, walking corpse of a corporate machine of a movie. But that's not the worst thing about it. Good. The worst thing about it is that what McGee has a real talent for, and he does, okay, this is the guy who gave us, Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, which, as Nigel Floyd said, meant that after watching it, you want to throttle someone. He has the most brilliant ability to get the very worst out of performers who, under other circumstances...
That's a gift, isn't it?
No, I mean, it really is. It's like... It is astonishing just how much he manages to make almost everybody on screen seem completely cynical and crass and awful and look like they are just, they are showing up for the money. Okay, they're not doing anything else. They're just showing up for the money. So here we have Tom Hardy, who is an actor who I think is absolutely brilliant and whose work I have really enjoyed enormously in the past. We have Chris Pine, who was perfectly fine in some other films. We have Reese Witherspoon, who, despite your problems with her forehead, is great. And yet every single one of them looks like they've had every strip of humanity sucked out of them. Do you remember Terminator Salivation, in which there was all that stuff about Christian Bale going into meltdown? Because, Christian Bale, who is one of the really talented, brilliant actor, but who is just in a movie that he was so embarrassed to be in that he lost the plot, started shouting at the lighting camera, so shouting at people moving stuff around, because my theory about that is that he suddenly realised that the awful horror of what he was doing and just went, I can't believe it. I can't believe my career has come to this. I can't believe I'm actually in Terminator Salvation. I have to, I'm going mad. So, in the case of this, I mean, it's the same thing, except that nobody loses the plot. We don't have Christian Bale going mad on set. What we have is Reese Witherspoon, Tom Hardy, Chris Pine, all just acting like machines, senseless, stupid, violent sequences, something really nasty, voyeuristic bromance about them, each watching the other one, attempting to seduce Reese Witherspoon on a video screen. The sexual content and violence just cut just enough to get it in under the wire with a 12A certificate for moderate violence and sex references and one use of strong language. I would personally be much happier if 12-year-olds were watching Hunky Dory than watching this cynical, nasty production line rubbish. But it is astonishing that even when you give somebody like Tom Hardy to McGee, he can make them seem like the worst actor imaginable. I have to say, as a